Hi everybody, welcome to episode 59 of the Inspired Knitting Podcast. I'm your host Bobby and I am coming to you from Northern Ontario, Canada. Today is Thursday, August the 26th, 2017. Oh my gosh, 2021. Oh my goodness, guys. It's been a minute since I last podcasted. It's been well over a month. So I'm a little rusty with this, so please bear with me. So yeah, I first would like to welcome any new viewers who may be tuning in for the very first time. I know there's quite a few new people, so welcome. Thank you for checking me out and subscribing and yeah, joining in on all the fibery fun. I appreciate it. And to my returning viewers, welcome back. This is a podcast mostly about my knitting adventures. I do spin and I do crochet. Anything to do with fiber, it's my jam. I love it. So if that's your kind of thing too, it's probably the podcast for you. So yeah, as I said, it's been a minute since I last podcasted. It's been well over a month. Everything's fine, just been enjoying summer and all the fun things. So I celebrated my birthday on the 15th of August, so that was a lot of fun. Thank you for the birthday wishes. And I do have some birthday, fibery birthday gifts that I received, so I will show those in stash acquisitions. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but it wasn't, it was quiet. I spent it at home. You know, even though we are now out of COVID restrictions, I still like to play it somewhat safe and stay close to home. So we did a little get together with our neighbors and it was a lot of fun, but it was close to 40 with the humidex that day, and it was in the late afternoon, evening, and they don't really have a lot of shade in their backyard, and I was sitting in the sun, and with my body I don't really notice things until it's too late. Well, I had a mild heat stroke and I didn't realize it till I had come home and come inside like the cool house, and then it really struck me. I had the throbby headache, I felt nauseous and just was not feeling well at all. So I drank some water and went to bed, and the next morning still felt, you know, kind of sick, but yeah, it wasn't fun at all. So I love the sun. If you guys know me, I just love being outside in the sun. I love the summer. I don't want to see it leave. I don't like the cold and I don't like winter, but yeah, you still have to be very careful. So that was fun. So anyways, so yeah, I had a great birthday and I can't wait to show you what I got in the mail. So I'm trying out a different location today and I can already tell that I'm going to have some issues. It's not that it's not nice outside today, but we have a chance of thunder showers and I don't want to risk taking everything outside and you know, get rained on. So I have a window that's right here and it's really messing with my light, so hopefully this works out well. I'm at my sewing desk and you got to please excuse the mess because I am not a very organized person, especially when it comes to sewing. So yeah, I have two co-hosts today. Actually, I got my kitty cat Rum. She's decided to come and join us, and this is another acquisition. I found this at our local thrift shop, and we are lovingly calling him Ralph. He is our llama. I just love him, so I decided to put him up there on the wall to join us in the podcast today. He will probably end up in my craft room. I don't know yet. I've kind of taken over, this is technically the dining room, kind of taken over the dining room a little bit. My craft room is not big enough to house my sewing desk, so I might just take the wall as well, you know, why not? So anyways, guys, I have a faux show pretty much today. That's what this podcast is going to be. I did finish quite a few things, and I will have only a couple works in progress because I don't want this podcast to be overly long. And I have some spinning and stash acquisitions, and there goes my co-host number one. So today's beverage of choice is just coffee, but this is one of my birthday gifts that I received from my friend Shelby, and it is absolutely glorious. I just love it, and it has these beautiful ridges inside the cup. It's not just painted on, they are actual textured ridges, and it's just so beautiful. I love it. So now we are mug twinsies, so thank you, Shelby. I really love it. I've used this every day since I received it, so that's how much I love it. She did send me another cup. We had traded cups. Don't ask me how long ago, but we did a cup trade, and it's this beautiful. It resembles a teacup, except it's a little bit bigger. And I had lost it in our house fire, and I was so sad about that, and she was able to replace it for me and got me another one that looks pretty close to it, so super excited about it. I don't have it here with me today. It's already washed up and in the cupboard. I haven't had a chance to use it though because I've been using this one so much, but I just love it. I love collecting mugs, and yeah. So thank you for feeding my habits, Shelby. I will not complain. Okay, so faux show. Let's get on with it. Oh, I didn't mention where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram as Inspired Knitting Podcast, and you can find me on Ravelry as X Country Girl 1986X. And as always, all the show notes are linked below in the description box. I always put detailed show notes of everything I've talked about today, and I also put direct links to the patterns that I've talked about today. So yes. Okay, so the first thing that I have to share with you guys, I am super excited about this one. I did a test knit for Dana Ray Makes. And if you do not follow Dana, guys, you really do. She's over on Instagram as Dana Ray Makes, and I believe she's also, yeah, she is. She's on Ravelry as Dana Ray Makes as well. She creates the most beautiful patterns. She's mostly a sock designer, but she recently came out with a shawl. And when she did the testing call for this, I had to do it. It was just so beautiful. So I'm just gonna back you guys up a little bit. I feel it just a bit too close. Okay, so I test knitted for the Copper Canyon shawl, which is a 3 skein DK weight shawl, and it is super simple. It has got this beautiful textured stitch pattern throughout it, and then it's finished off with like a garter stitch border, and it is a half circular shawl. I always call them circular shawls, but I think they're only half circular. But she is massive, and that's exactly the way that I love my shawls. I just love them massive, so this one is no exception. It's absolutely stunning and gorgeous. And because, like I said, the light is playing games with me today, so I won't be able to really show off the yarn, I don't think. But this yarn that I chose was the Fiber Co. Lore, and this is in their Courage colorway. So hopefully you guys are able to see that good enough. So I do have pictures up on my Instagram and my Ravelry as well for this project. So I ended up using 3 full skeins of DK plus a partial of another one. So In total, my skeins are 100 grams each, so I used 3 plus some more, so I end up using 366 grams of yarn. The pattern calls for 3, and in the test group, there was some people did make it with the 3 skeins, and some people did have to go into a 4th. So this is very customizable. You can see from here, so from the top, it's like a repeat. So you can do these sections as many as you wish to. Now the pattern calls for 7 sections of the texture, and then you can do a border. And I cut my border short by 2 rows because I definitely had the yarn to do it. I just was over it, I guess, at that point, and I kind of like the border being a little bit shorter. But the pattern is fully customizable, so if you fear that you're going to not have enough yarn, then you can only do 6 sections and do a border, or do 6 sections and do a wider border. If you want it bigger, you can go even bigger. Like, I could have used all 4 skeins of the DK and made it even more massive, but I chose to stop. So you can do as you wish. The Fiber Co. Lure has 273 yards of DK per 100 gram skein. I believe that I probably could have gotten away with just the 3 skeins, but I have a looser gauge, so typically when I do a pattern, I always go down in needle size to compensate for that. But for this one, I chose to go with the recommended needle size, and I love the fabric. I love the way that it turned out. Like, I'm super happy with it. But if I was concerned about yardage and I wanted to do this again, I probably would go down that needle size just to ensure that I had enough. But yeah, I really think that it's an awesome pattern, and I would highly, highly recommend it. And I could see myself absolutely knitting this one again, because you guys, it is glorious, and I've already gotten quite a bit of wear out of it when I am watching TV or sitting outside on a cooler night. I just love wrapping it around myself. I guess you would say granny style. I just wrap it around my shoulders, and it just keeps me so warm. And because Lure is more of a rustic yarn, it is just so beautiful, and I absolutely love it. I am sensitive to rustic wools, but you can feel the scratch of it, but it's not so much that it's agitating me. And I've had this on for at least an hour or more per sitting, so I already know that I would definitely purchase this yarn again. And the great thing about the Fiber Co. is that it is all organic fibers, so there's no chemicals that they treat their yarn with and stuff like that. So I think Lure is priced at $23 Canadian per skein. Not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 100 gram skein is like $23 Canadian. So it is a little bit more on the pricey side, but it's a very beautiful yarn. So yeah, I love it, and I love the shawl. So this is the Copper Canyon Shawl by Dana Rae Makes. So I'll just put that one aside. So the next thing that I have to share with you is another test knit that I actually just completed this past week, I guess. So one of my other favorite sock designers is Twin Stitches Designs, who is Julie, and I absolutely just love watching Julie's podcast. I will try to remember, maybe I will link her below, but she has the Twin Stitches podcast, and she is just so bubbly and so upbeat. I absolutely love watching her podcast. She's very inspiring, and can I just say that she has the best stash in the world? Love it. So anyways, she is a designer, obviously, and she has been coming out with the Oh So Basic collection, sock collections. So there's 3 patterns in the collections, and they are priced at $9 Canadian, which I think is phenomenal, because usually you're paying anywhere from, I'm gonna say, $7 to $10 per pattern usually, and the fact that she's putting 3 of them in there for $9 is incredible. And I really love the patterns. So she's done Oh So Basic Collection 1, and I did a test knit for that as well. So it's just a basic sock that has just a little something extra to it. So the socks that I had done, they were the candy sprinkle socks, so they were just a plain stockinette sock, but the cuff, heel, and toe had a little almost like a ruffle design, like a little, it was so cool. You have to go check it out to see the beauty of them, because I'm not describing it good enough. But she came out with another sock collection. They were 3 men's socks, which is really nice. They were all textured. And now she has just released, as of yesterday, the Oh So Basic Collection Cuff Edition. So it's her second one. And this one is, again, concentrating on a plain stockinette sock, but it has 3 different cuff options, colorwork ones, super simple. And they also have 3 different heels in the pattern as well. So you have a German short row heel, you have a afterthought heel, or you can do a heel, flap, and gusset. And she has 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. And something that I thought was really cool about this pattern, not only do you have all of those options to choose from, but you can also do it holding fingering weight single or holding it double, which I thought was really cool. So she did a test knit call, and of course I had to jump on it. And here is my completed pair of socks. So I chose to do the Sunshine, one sec, I don't want to mess that up. I chose the Sunshine Yellow Socks, which is this beautiful colorwork patterning here. And if you are curious about colorwork, but you've never done it, I would suggest trying this out, because it is so simple. You're just knitting your cuff, and then you just got a few rows of a little bit of color work. And yeah, the other patterns are just as simple as well, so I would highly recommend this pattern collection if you are at all interested in color work. So yeah, I just did my preferred length of leg and foot. I did a heel flap and gusset. I did a slip stitch heel flap, and I just did the toe that was in the pattern. And yeah, I absolutely love them. Not sure if I said it, I did hold these fingering held double. So for the blue, or it's not really blue, it's more of a deep green, I had received a 20-gram mini skein from the like Pip and Pin. She does her mystery mini skein sets every month. So I knew I really wanted to use this yarn. This is, my brain has gone blank. The Northern Pearl, the Northern Pearl, I'm sorry, Angela. She is my local LYS here in Timmins, Ontario. And I knew that I wanted to use her yarn. I had a skein, a fingering in my stash, and I knew I wanted to work it up. So I just paired a mini with it. So this is Midnight Cravings. It was a 20-gram mini skein, and the colorway is Diffraction, which is gorgeous. And you guys, I'm really sorry about the lighting because it is not showing that color very true at all. That kind of is more true, but yeah. Anyways, so yardage, if you're going to hold it double. So I ended up using half of the yarn, so I only used 10 grams of the 20 gram mini to do the cuffs and the color work, and then I used 52 grams of the main color, so that was fingering 100 gram skein, held double, and I ended up using 52 grams. So that's not too bad at all, guys. So if you have like fingering weight, a single skein of fingering sitting around, and you want some heavier weight socks, I think that would be absolutely perfect. So yeah, I really love these, and I can definitely see making more of these because they are really, really nice. So do check them out. This again is the Oh So Basic Cuffs edition, and you can find it at Twin Stitches Designs. And do, like I said, do follow Julie on Instagram. She has a beautiful Instagram account, and she does some pretty awesome reels too. So if you really like that kind of thing, I do recommend checking her out. And as always, I link all of this stuff in the description box below. Okay, so I'm just going to put the next finished thing on my sock blockers, and we will proceed. So the next thing I'm going to share with you guys is another pair of socks, and I forgot to tag it, but and I haven't even posted because I'm so bad about it. I guess those socks could be counted for summer sock camp. And these ones definitely are. So you guys have seen these ones before. These are my Sugar Cube socks by Dana Rae Makes. This is out of her Tea Party collection, which is two sock patterns are in that collection, and I chose to do the Sugar Cubes pattern, which again, Dana is another beautiful maker that does these really simple textured patterns, and they're just so wonderful to knit. They keep your interest, but you don't have to constantly look at the pattern. You do the repeat once and it's like it's in your mind, and they just make for beautiful, beautiful sock knits. So this here is my Yarnable, which I believe was June's Yarnable. I'm pretty sure it was June's Yarnable colorway. So this is Wildflowers, and I love how it did the striping. I think that's awesome. And then the yellow for my cuffs, heels, and toes, I had a 50 gram skein of Richard DeVries Pepino base, and it was in the Zest Off colorway, which is this beautiful bright yellow. It's a little bit more bright than the golden that you're kind of seeing, but that's okay. So something I really love about these socks, this one here, you can definitely see the striping of it, and there was a bit of pooling on this side up here. When I went to do the second sock, so you can see this side, no, sorry, yeah, this is the one I just showed you guys, I'm sorry. So you can see the striping of it, and then the top of this one, you can see the pooling, how the pooling happened. So it was really interesting. I love them. I think they are amazing. I do prefer this one a little bit more, but it's just really interesting how the yarn itself worked up, but then the stripes kind of started again down here. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not one of those people that really worry about pooling that much. Depends what it is, I suppose. But in socks, I think it's awesome. So I thought that was just really cool how how one striped and one decided to pool. So it was really interesting. I had a lot of fun making these. I definitely did not use all of this yarn. I'm going to say I used about half of it. I did not weigh it, but they were a lot of fun. So this was the Sugar Cubes pattern, which is part of the Tea Party set by Dana Ray Makes. And I just chose to do my standard heel flap and gusset, which I think is in the pattern, I believe. So yeah, I think I followed this 1-2 pattern for everything. So yeah, I love them. They are awesome. So another pair for summer sock camp, which I have to check because I'm not sure when camp actually finishes. It might already be over. I'm not sure. I'm terrible with that. Okay, I'm just gonna take a drink of my coffee because I don't want it getting cold. Okay, so onto another finished object. This one you guys have seen before. So I kind of got onto kind of a finishing spurt of sorts. So if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I have like a lot of whips, and all of a sudden I will put progress on a lot of things and it just feels so overwhelming because I don't get anything done. But then all of a sudden I get on a spurt and things that are like 80% done, I get them like done all at once. So it can be pretty exciting. But anyways, I wanted to really finish up this next finished object, and it is my Bean and Olive by Andrea Mowry. So like I said, I did show this to you guys before, and I'm so happy that it is now finished because it's adorable. This is for my niece, Laura. She is absolutely the sweetest little girl in the world, and I think she will look amazing in it. So I chose to do the 1 to 2 year size, and I followed everything to pattern, so I didn't do any modifications at all. And the back is the same. So this pattern, it goes from 0 newborn, then there's a 6-month size, 1 to 2 year size, and then there's like child sizes as well. And if you are so inclined and you really, really love this sweater so much that you want one for yourself, you can have it because Andrea Mowry released the adult version of this as well. And my friend Tracy of Grizzly Knits, hi Tracy, she actually is doing one right now. So she's got like a cream colored base, and she's got the color work in a beautiful green color. So pretty, and yeah, I absolutely love it. It's just so beautiful. Love it. So highly recommend this pattern. The yarn, I really love the yarn. This was my first time working with Jupiter Moon Farms Penguono, right? Penguono, sorry. The colorway is ivory, so it is a DK weight sweater. I didn't state that. And it is such a beautiful yarn, you guys. The ladies over at Forest City Knits was talking about this yarn. They have used it quite a bit, and I can see what the obsession is. It's such a beautiful yarn. It is, I don't have the tag with me unfortunately, but I believe it's like 100% untreated merino wool. So it's not a superwash, but you guys, it is so soft. It has that rustic-y type feel, but it's not rustic. Like, you can put it against your skin and you don't feel any prickles. It's not rough at all. It's just so spongy and so soft. It is just amazing. And when you block it, wash and block it, it's incredible, you guys. I absolutely love this yarn. So I got the ivory colorway. And then the pink here is some Corriedale that I hand spun myself. So it was just the spring set which is 6 little bats of color. So they ranged from like this bright pink to like a lilac-y purple, and I just spun those together. So I did have like 4 different skeins of this yarn, so I took the skein that had like this bright bubblegum pink, and I decided to use that in the color work, and it's perfect, guys. I love it. So anyways, Bean and Olive, Andrea Mowry, highly recommend the pattern. You guys got to check it out. So yes, I'm excited to have this one done and send it off to her so she can enjoy it before she gets too big, because little ones grow up way too fast. Okay, so I have one more finished object, and this was another one that had been sitting on my needles for a little bit, and I just wanted it done because I wanted to wear it. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have already seen pictures of it, but I finished my Simple Hug by the Cozy Up Knit Girls. This is version 2 of it, and don't mind it, still got tails hanging out, but they're all woven in. And you guys, I absolutely love it so much. So yes, version 2. I had test knitted for them last year when this cardigan came out, and I definitely wanted another one. Jamie had knit, Jamie, sorry, that's just the garbage truck. Hope it's not making too much noise. Jamie had knit one in similar colors to this. She knit a couple of them, but she knit one that was in similar colors. So the black, pink, I don't know if she had purple in hers, but I always saw that one and I always wanted one like it, so I knit one. So the yarns that I used Cascade 220. It is a DK weight cardigan, and you hold it with a strand of mohair. So I used Cascade 220, held with a skein of Pro Lana Kidsetta, which is a mohair, just black. And then for this stripe here, this is Dyed Gilpin, which is like, it's 100% lamb's wool, which is really nice yarn too. And I did this one in the Bell Heather colorway, which is almost like a fuchsia pink, and I held that with the black mohair. And then the purple section here, this is Polka Dot Creek in her Lilac Bush colorway. And I held this also with a mohair as well. The mohair is a Shirley Bryan mohair. I totally gapped on that, and I don't even think I put it on my Ravelry page. I actually made a Ravelry page for this and put all the yarns in it, so I'll have to try to remember. I just know that the mohair was the Shirley Bryan one. Don't know the colorway. And then I'm just going to bring it up here so you guys can see this lighter color here. This was the Fiber Goddess, and this was in her You're My Motorcycle Mama colorway, and it's actually a silver speckle yarn. So I absolutely love it. It is amazing, and I can't get enough of it. I haven't been able to wear it that much because we've been like heat wave after heat wave. No, not complaining, guys, but I haven't been able to wear it that much. But I have put it on every now and then, just for a few minutes, because it is just so beautiful and it is so comfortable, and I love it. I mean, how could you not? So yeah, it is beautiful and I love it. So the way that the pattern is knit up, you start from the bottom and you work up. This construction is so easy, and it's knit on, the ribbing is a 6.5. I used a 6 because, again, I'm a loose knitter, so I gauge down. So a 6.5 for the ribbing, and then for the main body you're using a 8mm, I believe. So it's fairly big, but it turns out beautiful, as you can see. So it works up very fast, and yeah, it's so nice. What did I want to say? So you work flat, scatterbrained. You work flat, and then once you get to the recommended length, you do the front and the back, and then you work the back section. It's a very cool construction, and it's so simple. For the shoulders here, you're doing like a 3-needle bind off, and then once all that happens, the body of the sweater is done. You just come in and pick up your stitches for the sleeves here, and just do, I think it's, I don't know, 4 inches of ribbing maybe, and you're done. That's all there is to it. It's so simple. I had contemplated about doing a longer sleeve on it, but I decided to leave it short. In the winter, if I am cold, I just wear a long sleeve sweater under it. But I decided that I was going to do the recommended length. That way, on days where it's still warm, but you just need a little something cozy, at least, you know, your arms can be. Yeah. So anyways, I decided to knit it to pattern. So like I said, I didn't do any modifications at all to it, and I love it. I think it's awesome. So if you follow me on Instagram, I actually got my friend Angela from the Northern Pearl to model it for me. I really wanted to show off the striping on the back, and yeah, I thought it would be better. I would have had trouble doing it, so thank you so much, Angela, if you're watching, for modeling it for me. She didn't want to take it off, which was so funny. It almost fit, it like fit her perfectly. It was almost like it was meant for her, but I am a giving person, but I love this one too much to give it away. So anyways, the striping sequence, you can follow what's in pattern. I did the amount of rows, so I followed the amount of rows in the stripes, but I modified my stripes just a little differently than what's in pattern, and I really loved how it turned out. So yeah, super happy with it. So I'm gonna keep it on for a minute. I don't know how long I can keep it on for, because it's pretty hot today. Anyways, so that's the Simple Hug by Cozy Up Knits, and cannot say enough good things about it. Okay, so I'm going to now move on into works in progress. I only brought 2 of them with me because, like I said, I don't want this podcast to be overly long. So I went to see Angela, I think it was last month, and she had some kits available for the Calico Shawl. Now, I have seen this one on Instagram, and I thought it was beautiful, but it looked complicated. So I was like, I don't know. Lately, complicated and me, yeah, I just want something that it challenges me, but it's simple at the same time. Yeah, I'm weird. So anyways, I went in, and Angela was actually working one of these up, and it was just to see it in person was amazing. To see it on Instagram, it's beautiful, but to see it in person, it was like, wow, the shawl is stunning. And Angela actually had some kits made up because she does dye her own yarn, and I, of course, had to get one because I thought it was gorgeous. So here is the pattern. So this is the Calico Shawl. It is a 2 skein fingering weight shawl. and it is by Dawn Barker of Chasing Rabbits Fiber Co. So I picked up one of Angela's kits, and I got it in this beautiful white and like teal colorway, and I really love this bit here with pink. So I brought this skein of yarn along to kind of show you. So the Calico Shawl is not hard at all. So simple. Looks complicated, but it's simple. Once you've done the little, I don't know what to call it. It's almost like a bauble, almost. Once you do that a couple times, it's in your head, you know how to do it. You don't even need to look at your pattern. So the way that it's done, it's controlled pooling. So I brought the skein of yarn along so you could see. So you can see how Angela kept this part of the skein bare, and then the bottom of it is in the teal. So when you go to knit it up, it creates, when you get, it's mostly the cream color, and then when you get to the green, it's when you do the neat little stitch that they have in this pattern, and that's what creates, like, I'm calling them like little flowers of sorts, and I think it's just so neat and so beautiful. So the designer, I checked out her Ravelry page. She actually has a couple patterns that are like this. It's called assigned pooling, and I think it's just the neatest thing. It's so cool, and yeah. So I know that there are other other dyers that have dyed yarn like this, and it's better explained on her pattern page and such. You can use other yarns. You just pick a color from it to do these little stitches. So anyways, I had to cast it on right away because I thought it was just perfect. And this is what I have knit up so far. So you can see how the majority of the shawl is the cream color, and you can see those little spots of pink in there. And when I get to the green, somehow I carried that one, and yeah, I guess I could have worked that a little bit better, but I'm not worried about that too much. But once I get to the green, I do this neat little stitch, and whenever you come to it, you just do that stitch, and it creates this very random design, and I think that's very unique and very cool. It makes it interesting. There is this stitch, it gives you instructions how to do it on the right side of the work, and also on the purl side, which both, like I said, it's so simple. And yeah, I think it's just gorgeous. I haven't worked on it a ton. This is one of those things that is pretty much TV knitting for me. It is that simple, and I just am in love with it so much. This is pretty much all I really want to work on, to be honest, because it's just so beautiful. It's simple, and it's very intriguing to see it come to life. I just love it. So it is a triangle shawl. So this is the top of the shawl. So what I'm supposed to do now is I just continue working this pattern until my first skein runs out, and then when I start my second skein, you're continuing to do this patterning, but you're going to start doing a rib. So the bottom of the shawl, or the other half of the shawl, will be in a rib stitch, but you're continuing to do this little stitch, this little flower, every time you come to the green. So I just love it. I think it's amazing. And yeah, I really like it. And that's what I got still left of my first ball. So I still got a ways to go yet on it, but I love it. So that is the Calico Shawl by Dawn Barker of Chasing Rabbits Fiber Co. Like I said, I do highly recommend you check her out because I just think that's so cool. It's amazing. So yeah, that is one of the things that I've been working on here and there. The other thing that I chose to bring with me today, sorry guys, I keep rubbing my nose. The mohair from the sweater is like, yeah, if you guys have worked with mohair, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the next thing I have housed inside of one of my project bags, this one, it's a concept of what I'm going to be working on. So I haven't worked on any sewing over the last couple weeks. It's been really hot, and when I sit down with my sewing machine, I need to have my full concentration. Can't be agitated, because if I'm agitated, knitting for me is super relaxing, and so is sewing, but I need to be in a certain state of mind to sew. So I haven't worked on anything of late. I do have some stuff, some new concepts that I have set aside for my next shop update. So maybe in a couple weeks I might do a little sneak peek of something, some things that I've been working on. But this bag is one of the concepts I've been working on. So it's just a simple drawstring bag, and it's going to have handles, shorter handles. I'm just playing with ideas. But anyways, this one is for me. I found this beautiful kitty cat fabric with yarn, and I just had to have it because you know me and my cats. And it's just simple, nothing fancy. Anyways, so what's inside this bag? Well, my friend, my yarn bestie Shelby, she's an enabler just like I am. And if you follow her on Instagram, I believe it's knitter_shelb. I tag her a lot in my Instagram, so I'm sure you could find her there. She is working on the November jacket by Petite Knits, and it is so beautiful. She's using Briggs & Little Heritage, and I don't know her colorway name, but it's in a beautiful heathered blue. It's so stunning, and it looks really good on her too. I've been seeing her knitting on this, and I've been really wanting one for myself. So I cast it off the Simple Hug, so I thought I would cast this one on finally. So the yarn that I have chosen to use for this, I don't have much of it left in the skein, but this is my first ball. I am using Cascade 220, and it is in the mahogany, minus the hair, the mahogany colorway, which is this beautiful brown color with some red undertones to it. Mahogany. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I had a sweater's quantity of that, so I decided that I was going to use that for my November jacket. So I casted it on. This is your back neck, so the way that this is constructed, you're starting with your back neck, and then you're doing the back piece, and now I've picked up my stitches here for the first front. So once I get the first front done, I come back, pick up for the second front, and then that's when you're joining it in the round to do the rest of the body. So it is similar to other constructions that I have done before for a cardigan, which is not hard at all. But the really amazing thing about it is that you are working your your band, like your front band, all at once. So that is really amazing. So as I'm knitting the front, you can see I'm also working the band as well. And it is done in, I don't think I'm giving anything away by saying this, it's done like in a double stitch. So it's making it nice and thick and beautiful. I love it. And if you can tell, it is brioche. One color brioche. That was a little bit intimidating for me at first, because I was like, oh wow, a brioche cardigan. You guys, I am so happy. Shelby was enjoying it so much, and she was encouraging me, like, don't be afraid of it. It's not hard, and you will quite enjoy it. And she is right, because this is a very enjoyable knit, one that I am gravitating to a lot, because if you haven't tried brioche, it is very intimidating. But once you get the basics down on it and you just practice with it, I'm sure you will mess up. I messed up a lot and had to keep ripping back. Not with this, but when I first started to brioche. One color brioche is a lot more simpler than two color brioche, and it's just so relaxing. Once you get the hang of it, the rhythm of it, it's so relaxing to do. So I am thoroughly enjoying this knit right now, and I really love the look of it. I have my beautiful stitch marker by Tracy of Grizzly Knits on there. I think this is her sunset one, I believe. I'm not sure. So yeah, beautiful. So yeah, I'm just working away on that, and I am working on the first front now. So yeah, we'll see where it goes. I'm just really enjoying it. So this is the November jacket by Petite Knit. So yeah, and it is a worsted pattern as well. So I presume that it will work up fairly quickly. The brioche does slow you down a bit, but like I said, it's really enjoyable to do. So that's all that matters. It's that it's enjoyable. It's not how fast it gets done, even though I really want it done because I really would love to wear it. Okay, so I'll just set that on the floor. Okay, I'm going to now go on into spinning. So I did manage to get, the last time I podcasted or shared spinning with you guys, I was working on a BFL roving that I was gifted to from Angela of the Northern Pearl. She had hand dyed this BFL fiber. It was gorgeous. So I ended up spinning that up onto 3 separate bobbins. I used my electric Eel Nano, and so I did 3 separate bobbins. I was spinning it as thin as I could get it, and I then did a 3-ply. So here is the outcome of it. It is washed and thwacked, and yeah, it is beautiful. I love it. One of the things I love about spinning is that when you saw the skein of yarn, or it's not a skein of yarn, when you saw the thing of fiber, the roving, and I believe I might have showed it to you when I first received it, you see a lot of white in it, and then you see those jewel tones of pinks and greens and blue, and you really think that white is gonna take over, but it really does not, guys. It blended in so beautifully, and I'm really amazed how much the pink took over, because you see a lot of the pink in there. That's what I love about spinning. It's just so amazing how it all comes to fruition. So there's many different ways that you could spin it. For mine, I split the roving in half, and then I was just splitting it. I think for this one, I split it like 4 times more, and I wasn't trying to keep up with any stripes or anything like that. I was trying to, like when I ripped them off, so say it started with the white here and then you started with your colors, I would start spinning with the white. When I ended with the color, I would try to start with the white again, like I was trying to keep them in order. But yeah, there's many ways you could play with this, and it could be totally different, but this is just the way that I did it, and I think it's beautiful. I believe I've got 200 and I think I got 260 yards of a sport to DK, which that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's that. I did mark it down somewhere. I just didn't label it yet. But that was pretty exciting. I spun it up on, or plied it, I should say, on my Ashford Traditional, and I actually got some help. So my partner in crime, Wrecker, he had never spun before, and anyways, I was having a day where I can treadle with my feet, but I was having a lot of pain to do it. And anyways, I asked him, I really wanted it plied up. I had gotten through not even half, and I asked him, I was like, if I could teach you how to do it, could we see if maybe you could ply? And like I said, he had never done this before, and he was a natural at it. I taught him how to hold the yarn, and you know, he got the rhythm of it, and so he helped me ply up, I'm gonna say at least half of that. So thank you, Wrecker. I appreciate that. So yeah. I really wish that I could ply on my Electric Eel Nano. Kind of guessed this when I bought the wheel, the electric one. It's got smaller bobbins, so it says that you could you can fit 2 ounces of fiber on it. And when I ply up my yarn, I don't mind having several smaller skeins of it, but sometimes I would rather just have it all in one, and that's where I would go to my traditional treadle wheel to ply it. So I think I have stated this before, I wish I would have spent the little extra money to buy the Eel 2.0, which is supposed to hold, I believe, 4 ounces of fiber on the bobbins. It would be really awesome when you go to ply and you can actually ply on the electric, but that is fine. I am not too worried about it. I was just really impatient that day and really wanted the finished product, so yeah, you know how that goes. So anyways, I didn't bring my bag of spinning with me today, but I do have another fiber on the wheel right now. I did a sock swap with Rose of Akara Yarns, and she did this beautiful bat of fiber for me. It's like creams and pinks, and it's got just little bits of it's almost like a burgundy, almost. It's a really beautiful pink, and it's also got some brown in there as well. It's just gorgeous. And so I'm doing that one now. I've got my first 2 bobbins. I got the second bobbin almost full. I'm hoping that I can do a 2-ply with this one. So I'm doing it pretty thin, and I'm hoping to do a 2-ply with it to possibly get a small shawl out of it, because it's so gorgeous. So that's the plan. I don't have that much fiber left, but hopefully I can give my spinning wheel some love and get that done and plied up, because I'm really excited to see this one. So that should be fun. like I said, I forgot to bring it with me today. So next time maybe I will actually have it plied. Who knows? Okay, so I'm just gonna have a bit more of my coffee. Okay, so now I'm going to move on into stash acquisitions, and I'm going to first share with you, I ended up joining the Patreon account for Pip and Pin Collective. And if you do not know Pip and Pin, again, you have to go check her out. She is Megan Nodecker. She has Pip and Pin designs, and she's got tons of gorgeous, gorgeous patterns. I don't think there's one pattern of hers that I do not love. I love her aesthetic. I love her color choices. It's just so, so beautiful. And she also has the Pip and Pin podcast, which I really love watching that one as well. And she just started back recently too. She was taking a little break away, so she is back, and I am so excited about that. But Megan also has been doing the mini skeins, mystery mini skeins every month. So it's 5 20-gram minis, and it's a mystery. So you do get like a, what do you call it? It's like a picture, inspiration picture. So you can see the inspiration picture of the colors, and then the mini skeins are curated of Canadian dyers, which I really think is cool. So you get to potentially try out a dyer you've never tried before, and you get to see the different colors that they offer. I think it's amazing. But so I've gotten a few of those, but recently Megan decided to create a Patreon account, and you can get exclusive videos and, you know, first insights on stuff that is about to come. And then when you hit, I think I'm the gold Patreon, I can't remember, but you get a little curated gift in the mail every month. So I think it's $14 a month, I believe. So I tried it out, and I definitely think I'm going to stick with it, because like I said, I love Megan, so I love being part of her Patreon, and then you get a little gift with it. So I got this little gift in the mail. This was for August. So I got these beautiful little light bulb stitch markers, which are really, really cool. And I also got a little mini skein. So this mini skein is Lichen and Lace, who is from Sackville, New Brunswick. This is on her 80/20 sock base, and this is in her sea glass colorway, which is absolutely stunning. Look at that. How pretty is that? Just so gorgeous. I love it. So nice. So I saw a couple nights ago, a couple of people have been posting about this. It's new to me, but Polka Dot Creek has been making mini skein sets for a gnome along, and I'm very intrigued about this. I have a pattern, and I don't remember who it's by, but it's this beautiful little gnome, and he's got cables on the front of his jacket, and he's got the same cable pattern on his hat. You don't see the face, you just have like this big beard. So cute. I've had this pattern in my library for a while, and I've been wanting to do it. So I'm excited for this gnome along to start, and I was kind of thinking that I think this would make a beautiful, beautiful gnome. So Shelly sets are there's 3 skeins, mini skeins in the set. I don't know if they're 10 gram or 20 gram. So this is a 20 gram, I believe. So I don't think I would get the whole gnome out of it, like the jacket and the hat out of it. I don't know yet, but I definitely could find something to pair with this and do a gnome with it. So I don't know, it's kind of what I'm envisioning. It might not become that, who knows, but it's just a thought. So, oh yeah, I didn't show the tag. Lichen and lace. No, it's not gonna focus. There we go. Anyways, you got to check out Lichen and Lace as well. She is on Instagram, and she has a beautiful shop. I love all of her colorways. They are so beautiful. So that was the first thing that I got. Second thing, this is now going on into birthday stuff that I received. So I ended up receiving a gift card for the Northern Pearl. So I had to get some fiber. So this is Angela's fiber. And when I saw this one, I had to get it because it's very, very fall-like colors. Will I knit it in time for fall? Get it spun up, I should say. That way I can knit it for fall. I don't know. But I ended up grabbing both of them because my plan is to do socks. This is fine merino roving. I know that you should probably have nylon in your socks, but I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, I wanted a pair of socks out of it, and I was concerned that if maybe I had only bought one, that I wouldn't have enough yardage to do a whole pair of socks. And whatever's left over, well, I'm sure I can find something to do with it. But anyways, when I saw this, I just had to get it. So once I'm done my Cara fiber, this is what's going to be going on the wheel next for sure. So does this one have a name to it? No, it don't. No, it don't. But anyways, Angela has some of the most beautiful, beautiful colors. And this orange right now is just, it's incredible. I love it. So there was that. And then I ended up picking out some little stitch markers. She has this display at the cache, and I had to start looking at them, which is bad. So I ended up getting, I'm not big into enamel pins. I'm afraid to put them on my project bags. I love them. I think they're adorable, but I'm afraid of losing them. So I was kind of thinking of maybe making one of those banners that I can hang on my wall here and just put all the enamel pins on it maybe. But I saw this one and I had to get it. You can see why. It's got a kitty cat knitting and it says, "I knit past my bedtime." It's adorable. So I had to get that one, of course. And then she had a little kitty cat stitch marker, which I thought was so beautiful. And then I picked out one more, and this one I couldn't resist because his colors are just so beautiful. It's stunning. So it's a little gecko or a little lizard, however you may call him. It's just so pretty. So I had to get those. I have a lot of stitch markers and progress keepers, but I suppose you can never have enough of them. So that was that was gift number 1. Gift number 2 arrived in the mail yesterday. And so I've been watching, of course, I've been watching the girls over at Cozy Up Knits, and they have been doing the Autumn League pullover, and they were using the Lion Brand cotton jeans yarn. So I just had to have that jeans yarn. So I told Wrecker about this yarn. So this was his birthday gift to me. So he gave me the money to get it. I ended up ordering the yarn from Yarn Canada, and I did put in Lion Brand cotton jeans, but I failed to see that I got the wrong one. So I will explain. So Lion Brand also has jeans yarn, which when you look at it, it looks exactly the same. The only difference is that the cotton jeans is cotton yarn, and this one is 100% acrylic. So it's still very affordable. It's, I ordered 6 skeins for my size, and I think it was like $40. So it's super, super affordable. And I think that might have been with shipping as well. I'm not certain of that. Maybe it was $40 for the yarn, but it's super affordable. Now it is acrylic, but it is so, so soft. It is not rough at all. I really enjoy it. So I think it's going to be beautiful. They seem to have a nice choosing of colors. It's all like denim-y colors. So I think there's perhaps 5 or 6 colors to choose from. The color that I chose is Brand New. So it's like this dark navy. And yeah, there's the band. So yeah, I got 6 skeins of this. So eventually when I get some stuff off the needles first, I will cast the Autumn League on. I already got the pattern for it, so I will cast that on and get that going. I've been seeing the girls, and JoJo is knitting one too. They look amazing, and the drape, it looks just awesome. So I really, really want one myself. So thank you. That was awesome. And then I have one more gift to share with you. And I did share this on my Instagram. My friend Shelby, she sent me a beautiful box. So it had the 2 cups in it. And it came with this beautiful birthday card. And she just knows me so well, obviously. We've been best friends for 6 years, so it's to be expected, but yeah, I love it. So perfect. So I got that. And she also sent along this beautiful thermometer. It's just so pretty. I hope you guys can see that beautiful background there. So I don't want to hang this outside because I don't want it to get ruined. So I think it'll look really nice against the green wall here. So like I said, I'm totally taking this wall and I'm gonna I'm gonna put some stuff on it. So I got that. And then, of course, I couldn't receive a birthday package from Shelby without receiving yarn. So she sent to me 4 skeins of Briggs & Little, which is milled in New Brunswick. So I got a little gift from the Maritimes, which is so nice. You can get Briggs & Little here. I know Needles in the Hay in Peterborough, they have an online presence, so you can order and get it shipped. I believe the Little Red Mitten has it as well. There's several shops here in Ontario that do supply it, but it is milled in New Brunswick, and yeah, it is so pretty. So I'm just gonna hold one up so you can get the gorgeousness of this yarn. So Briggs & Little, this is their Heritage 2-ply, which is 100% pure wool, 4 ounces. And let me see here, the yardage. There's 215 yards, and it is a worsted weight yarn. And the colorway, I didn't say, forest brown. So there's the tag, and there you go. And this color is just so beautiful. You can actually see the different shades in the yarn. It's just so pretty. So I got 4 skeins of it, and so Briggs & Little is a rustic yarn, but it doesn't feel bad next to skin to me. So I've actually never knit with it. I have a whole cube of Briggs & Little in my stash, just never knit with it yet. So I'm really wanting to cast this on. I don't really want to knit a shawl just in case it is a little bit too itchy on my neck, because that's where I'm most sensitive. And I don't want to knit a pullover because, again, it would be too close to my neck area. So I was looking online and I found a beautiful cardigan pattern by Amy Christoffers, and I don't remember the pattern's name off the top of my head, but it's a simple cardigan. It looks like it's a raglan cardigan. I believe it has like a little bit of lace detail on the raglan parts, but it doesn't sit very, it doesn't really sit high up on your neck. So it doesn't have a shawl collar or a big collar or anything like that. So I think it might be the perfect cardigan for this. And hopefully I can find another skein or 2 in case I need that yardage, because like I said, I really want a sweater out of it. So I bought the pattern, and again, just have to get some stuff off my needles before I can cast it on, even though I really want to cast it on right away. But yeah, I'm going to try it out and see how well it holds up. I know that Shelby puts conditioner in her bath, like when she goes to wash her knits, and that has softened it up. So yeah, I'm going to try it and see how it goes, and if I can wear the cardigan and it doesn't bother me, then there's going to be a lot more Briggs & Little in my future, because Briggs is actually another one of those companies that doesn't chemically treat their yarns. So it's all organic, like nothing is, like there's no bad chemicals that they use in their yarn, which I think is one of the best things about it. The other good thing about it is that it's also, the price point is actually very reasonable. So I know that at the yarn stores here, you can buy a skein of Briggs & Little for $7, $7.50 a skein, and they do have different bases as well. But if you are lucky enough to live in New Brunswick, you can actually go to, we have great Canadian dollar stores in New Brunswick, and you can actually go there and you can find Briggs & Little for like, I think it's $4.50 a skein, something like that. So very reasonable, especially if you want to knit shawls and sweaters where you need more yardage. So yeah, Shelby knits with this a lot, and she has made a lot of amazing sweaters with it. So we got cats hissing at each other here. So follow her on Instagram if you're interested in seeing some of her work, because she does beautiful work. And this is beautiful yarn. So thank you, Shelby. I love it. So maybe you'll see this casted on soon. I don't know. Every time I look at it, I want to cast it on. So who knows? Okay, guys, I think that is all for today. That is all I brought along to share with you. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. I hope it won't be as long until next podcast. It's one of those things where if you don't do it for a little bit, it's easy to put off until, you know, the next time. Like I'll just do it, in a few days, and then a few days passes by, and yeah, sometimes it's hard to get back in it, but I am glad to be here today and talking with you guys because I do miss it. So comment, as always. I love hearing from you guys. Your comments are amazing, and I love interacting with you. And like the video, subscribe if you wish to. There is a bell icon underneath the video as well that you can hit, so it will notify you, when a new podcast or a new video comes up. I do monthly Yarnable videos as well, and I don't show the yarn on here because I already did a separate video for that, but that is also on my channel as well. So if you're interested in that, you can go check that out. That's a monthly subscription box. So yeah, I will have all the show notes listed below, as I said before, and I will have links so they will link you directly to the project pages on Ravelry. And yeah, I will have anything else that I can remember to link below, as well as where you can find me on the internet. So yeah. So until next time, guys, have a great rest of your week. And I suppose we're coming into a long weekend, actually. I can't believe that school is about to start again. It's crazy how fast this year is going by. Yep. Anyways, have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.